Welcome to my garden again. Today I'm going to be talking about late spring pruning in the Pacific Northwest in Western Washington. I live in Olympia, Washington. These are some of my tools that I have, and I take really good care of my tools. I keep them sharp, put them away in the winter, and then I sterilize with a botanical concentrate because I don't want to be spreading disease from one tree to another or one vine to another. And this one in particular is called Solugard, and it is made by the Melaleuca company. It comes in a concentrated bottle, and then I just put about this much of the solution in here, and then I add water. So I just already sprayed my tools, and I've been pruning. I pruned earlier so that I would find out I have an Espalier apple tree. I have one behind me, this one right here, and then I have another one over here. And this one is a little bit bigger. What's nice about the apple trees is it's nice that I just have my patio right here and I don't have to be concerned about this giant apple tree and I have to climb up on a ladder to prune and pick apples. These two Espalier apple trees, they are about 16 years old. They're probably about 6 feet high and I'd say about 10 feet long. And they just go out this direction. I trained them with lattice. Now they're strong enough I don't need the lattice, but I do a really hard pruning in the fall so that all the energy, when the leaves drop, then all the energy will go down into the roots, and that will help to get all the minerals into the tree when it's dormant, and it helps it to have a healthier fruit, healthier branches in the spring and the summer. So in the spring, what I have is I wait until I get my blossoms, and all the branches that do not get blossoms, I prune those off. Now what's happened is that the tree continues to grow, and I have apples on my and I'll show you here. I have apples like here. And so what I want to do is I had a lot of growth. I just pruned this right here. And I want it to get sunshine. And so I want it to, and see these kind of branches, what they do is they take the energy away from the apples, and I want those apples to be able to have all the energy it could get from the branches. So I've snipped off lots of these little branches. They were just growing. They have no little blossoms. They have no fruit. I want to snip those off. Now you do need a little bit of leaves because you need the leaves for photosynthesis for the plant. And you also need the leaves for a little bit of, to create a little bit of part sun, part shade for the apple, because you don't want it to get too much sun because then you get a sunburn. So that's what's nice about the pruning. And I'll show you just an example. So like this one right here, I'm going to prune that off just like that. And then what happens is you find more apples. So I want to get these off, especially the ones that are going up and they take too much energy. And there's enough, and you want to cut close enough to the main branch, and you want to cut close. So that's just an example. Now you want to try to encourage the branches going horizontally, and as the tree grows, it has the strength to support these apples. These apples are going to get really heavy, and you want these strong branches to be able to hold those apples. And another thing, when you have apples, they're going to get pollinated by the bees. So if you look at this one, for instance, this cluster right here, I want all the energy to go. See how these just fell off? And they just come off really easy like this. And I want all the energy to go to these 3 apples right here. You could see that. I want all the energy to go to these 3. So I'm going to take this one off. These are the ones that you want to just get rid of. So this one is what you want to get rid of, and then you just barely touch them and they just fall right off. So now I have the energy going here, like this one, for instance. I just gently touch it and they just fall right off. See that? And now all the energy is going to go to this big apple and these 3 big apples right here. Now I have a grapevine that's getting a little bit out of control, so I'm going to have to prune this as well. And if you can see, these got pollinated. So these are going to be the grapes right here. And all the growth of the vine that's too much, like all of this, I'm going to prune all this off because it takes the energy away from producing the grapes. Now, last year, what I did this intentionally. I wanted to let the grapevine take over my whole patio, and I didn't have really good grapes. My grapes were kind of weak, but that's okay. And all the energy went into the vine, and then I made grapevine wreaths. And what was nice is that the grapes were kind of small and they're more perfect for all the birds, and the birds ate all the grapes. But this year I want to have grapes, so I'm going to do a little bit more of a hard pruning of my grapevine, and then all the energy will go into the grapes and I will have bigger grapes. So this grapevine I have on an arbor right here, and I'm just going to prune that and train it. I may have it go over my door, get another little arbor. But what I did last year is I had an arbor covering my patio, and then I moved it. I decided to move it over there where my garden is. And I'm going to make a little patio area over there with my garden. But all the grapevines, they climbed up the trellis, and it's been raining. We've had record rain in Washington State, in Western Washington. And I've been wanting to come out here and do this video, but it has been just raining like crazy, night and day for the whole month of June. So in a way, that's good because we need the rain to really get into the soil. So that means we're going to have some really nice, I'm going to have some really nice fruit this summer. We get very hot summers and we have very long sunny days. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And I'm thankful for the rain, but it's been kind of hard to have a whole month of June of rain. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to having you come back into my garden again, and we'll learn more.